Shalom Aleichem. Peace be unto thee. I am Messenger Daniel. This is in the name of Yahuweh. Welcome back, Yahushua Ministries. Invite you to listen to WAVS 1170 AM every Wednesday morning from 5 to 6 and every Saturday morning from 4 to 5:30. Shalom Aleichem.
Not one tittle shall be removed from Torah, says Yahshua. Not one tittle shall be removed from Torah, says Yahshua. Not one tittle shall be removed from Torah, says Yahshua. Not one tittle shall be removed from Torah, says Yahshua. Yahweh, Yahshua, Israel, Yahuda, Yehudim, Ephraim, Melo, Hagoyim.
There were many uncertainties about America. Stories had come back about failed colonies, violent American natives, and no sources for food and water. It probably felt like they were moving to another planet, and travel in primitive wooden ships was both unpleasant and hazardous. But the Pilgrims were motivated to start something new, their determination stemming from their worldview and their belief in the role of the Christian on earth, and in particular the words of Jesus from what today is considered the most famous sermon ever preached, the Sermon on the Mount. He said, "Ye are the lights of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." The Matthew 5:14 passage is crucial in helping us understand the motivations of these Mayflower Pilgrims and others that followed. The very first settlers of Massachusetts and those who came after them really thought that they were fulfilling that ideal, and that the new colonies that they would establish in Virginia and Massachusetts and elsewhere in New England would serve as models for a more holy, more perfect civilization. They were not able to fully realize that in England, nor here in Leiden, Holland. Maybe they would in the New World. So, with a clear and undeniable call to America, two pilgrims were sent to England to solicit a land patent that would give them the legal right to create a settlement. With the patent secured in June of 1619, the Pilgrims finally had the green light to go. The younger and stronger members, led by William Brewster, would make the initial voyage and establish the first settlement. All they needed now was a boat. The ship they obtained, along with a hired crew, was called the Speedwell. But a second, larger ship was also leased for transport and exploration services. This was the Mayflower. In July 1620, the Speedwell, filled with the Leiden colonists, departed from the nearby port of Delfshaven. The parting from the rest of the congregation was hopeful but heartrending. The Bradfords even made the agonizing decision to leave their own 3-year-old son, John, behind. William Bradford had grown up an orphan. His son would now have the same fate. Pastor Robinson fell to his knees on the deck of the speedwell, as did the others. It was recorded that, with watery cheeks, commended them most fervent prayers to the Lord and His blessing. The scene was described as such love as indeed is seldom found on earth. The rising tide carried the ship out of port, and soon they met up with the Mayflower, along with some additional colonists who were not Christian separatists and were going to America primarily for financial opportunity. This caused grave concern among some of the separatists because they would be starting a new colony with people that didn't share their values. The challenges they would face, however, began long before they reached the New World. Soon after it departed, the speedwell began taking on water, so both ships were diverted back to England. There, the speedwell was inspected for leaks and sealed, but a second attempt to depart also failed, bringing them only as far as Plymouth, England. It was decided there that the speedwell was unreliable and was promptly sold. It would later be learned that crew members had deliberately sabotaged the speedwell, allowing them to abandon their year-long commitments and turn a quick profit by buying the ship at a discount and then repairing it. Some people would now have to be left behind. Of the 120 combined passengers, 102 were chosen to transfer over to the Mayflower for the transatlantic voyage that was, to say the least, eventful. Underway, they were met with strong winds and storms. One of these caused a main beam to crack. Using a great iron screw, probably a piece of house construction equipment, they repaired the ship sufficiently to continue. Also along the way, a passenger named John Howland was washed overboard in a storm, but caught a rope and was miraculously rescued. Howland would go on to have 10 children. In fact, he's an ancestor of the George Bush family and First Lady Mrs. Theodore Roosevelt. Another crew member and one passenger died before they reached land, and a baby boy was born at sea, who was given the name Oceanus. Like so many Pilgrim children, Oceanus Hopkins would have a short life. He died in America, a mere lad of 7.
Shalom Aleichem. I am Messenger Daniel. It is in the name of Yahuweh. Welcome back, Yahushua Ministries. Shalom Aleichem. Peace be unto thee. To all my Israelite brothers and sisters, no matter where you are on the four corners of the earth, this is the warning from Yahweh Himself, according to the word of Yahweh. Everybody going ready to celebrate a Thanksgiving Day always choose in the 4th of the month of November. Why it always be on the 4th of Thursday in the month of November? Why the Thanksgiving of Yahweh cannot be every day, as the scripture say, enter into Yahweh gate with thanksgiving, according to Psalm 100 verse 4. There is so many ways we've been deceived, but without knowing, we've been deceived. Should a believer celebrate Thanksgiving Day? Do we should be follow the footsteps of Messiah Yahshua? Or what footstep we should be follow? If we are a servant of Messiah Yahshua, Messiah is a master. If he never celebrate the Thanksgiving Day every 4th Thursday in the month of November, why, as a believer, as a follower of Messiah Yahshua, we have to celebrate pagans, holidays, and natures? Why? Are we obedience to our Creator, or we are obedience to all? Let's take a look according to the book of Leviticus. I'm a Levite and myself. And let's take an example from the book of Leviticus, chapter, why Yahweh ordering the Levites and what they can eat, what they cannot eat. When we take the book of Leviticus 11, chapter verse 13, Abba Yahweh say, all these are the which you should have an abomination. Among the four, they should not be eaten. They are an abominations. The eagles, and the vulture, and all the things, and the black vulture. Listen carefully. Yahweh said that you should be an abomination. The birds, they should not be eaten. They are an abomination. The eagle, and the vulture, and the black vulture. When you eat the turkey, what it is? Do turkey is a black vulture? Do our Yahweh say it's an abomination against him? Or can you say with the thanksgiving to Yahweh and you eating something, Yahweh say it is abomination to eat it? Let's see why, and let's see what the consequence can be done. What animal were clean and unclean? There's commandment, there's law seem to have been intended as a test of the people of the children of Israel to be obedient to Yahweh. As Adam was forbidden to eat of the tree of knowledge and to teach themselves the self-denial and the governments the appetite. So Abba Yahweh always give the children of Israel a forbidden things. When Abba Yahweh say you should not, how can you say it is not? Do Abba Yahweh say, Adam, you may eat everything freely? And then only the tree of knowledge, the good and evil, you should not keep it? So how do Abba Yahweh say you should not eat the virtue, the ego, and the bad virtue? When you celebrate Thanksgiving Day by turkey time, everybody save your money for the Thanksgiving. They're going to travel and come and see family, gather together, eat turkey, eat pumpkin pie, drink cranberry juice, pumpkin pie, and watch football. Do this is Yahweh Thanksgiving Day, or this is pagans' holidays, Thanksgivings? To keep the Israelites distinct from other nations, many also of these forbidden animals were objects of superstition and idolatry to the heathen. The people were taught to make distinction between the set apart, the clean or unclean, and their companion and intimate connection. The law forbade not only the eating of the unclean beasts, but touching of them also. Those who would be kept from any sin must be careful to avoid all the temptation of it, or coming near it. The acceptations are very minute, and all were designed to call forth constant care and externals and their obedience to Yahweh, and to teach us to be obey the law, not to transgress. Remember, the wage of sin is death, and the salvation of Yahweh, the gift of Yahweh, is eternal life. That's the grace of Yahweh. So if we keep on continuing to disobey Yahweh, that means we are not obedient according to the word of Yahweh. We are refused to obey our Creator, but we are okay to obey man-made pagans' holidays. We say, so I say, do this and remember of me. How many of you who celebrate Passover? How many of you who keep unleavened breads? How many of you who keep the first fruit? Death, burial, and resurrection. How many of you? There is only 3 times. Mr. Yahshua said 3 times a year, all men should come before me. What is the 3 times a year? Passover, unleavened bread, and first fruit. Death, burial, and resurrection. After all the other so-called holidays are nothing but man-made traditions. Mr. Yahshua said, think not, I'm coming to destroy and to abolish the law and the prophet, but I'm coming to fulfill them. What is the meaning of the fulfillment of? Can anybody explain to me? No. They think Messiah Yahshua coming, he destroy the law. He don't destroy, he fulfill it. Anybody see Messiah Yahshua already done away with the commandments? They always have excuse in order to not obey Yahweh's commandment. But my friend, Yahweh will never pass away. So the law forbade not only the eating of the unclean beasts, but the touching of them also. So you can't even touch them. When they are unclean, pure and simple. Point blank. There is no services. They must be careful to avoid all temptation to it or coming near it. The exceptions are very minute, and all were designed to call forth constant care and exactness and their obedience, and to teach us to obey, which we enjoy our liberty as Israelites and are free from church burdensome observance. We must be carefully not to abuse our liberty. Our liberty is, as I would say, equate everything in 6 days and rest on the 7 days. This is not July the 4th. We're talking that another times. For Yahweh hath redeemed or called his people, that they may be set apart, even as Yahweh himself is set apart. We must come out and be separated from the world. If we are say we are a servant of Yahweh, and we still in this world, when Messiah Yahshua say, my kingdom is not of this world. If Satan offer Messiah Yahshua all those kingdoms in this world, he said they are mine. They have been delivered to me. I can give whatsoever I please to give. That means we can see this kingdom, this world belongs to the devil. And Messiah Yahshua said that in John 18 chapter verse 36, my kingdom is not of this world. Messiah Yahshua said, Father, and according to John 17 chapter verse 9, Father, I pray for only those you are giving to me. I don't pray for the world. Why? Because the devil is a part of this world. The devil is a father of this world, the prince of this world. So that we may be even as holy, we must come out and be separated from this world. We must leave the company of the wickedness. We must believe a righteous life. If their world is nothing but wickedness, and we say we serve in Yahweh, what a common lies are to do with darkness. The lights must be exposed to darkness, not to mix with them, but to expose them. So what the common Yahushua with the devil? No, what a friendship, the devil and Yahushua. If you are the servant of Yahweh, you can be a friend of the devil. Why Messiah Yahshua say a servant cannot serve two masters? What is the meaning of that? Can you serve Yahweh and the devil at the same time? There is a lot of spiritual so-called leaders who try to work with Yahweh and hand in hand with the devil, or they hand in hand with Yahweh and work with the devil. My friend, Messiah Yahshua warning you, no man can serve two masters. You cannot serve Yahweh and money at the same time. Money is a symbol of the devil, because the scripture they telling you, so the money created by the devil. Yahweh don't create ever. He said the gold and silver are mine, everything on it. But he don't say the money is mine. Yahweh don't create money. That's why Messiah Yahshua said, give to Caesar what is belong to Caesar, and give to Yahweh what is belong to Yahweh. We must come out and be separated from the world. We must leave the company of the wickedness and all needless connection with those who are dead and saints. We must be zealous of good work, devoted followers of Yahweh and companions of his people. Whatever in the water does not have fine scale is an abomination to you. There's moreover usually detested among the birds. They are adamant not to be eaten: the eagle, the vulture, and the buzzard, and the kite, and the falcons is its kind. When we take the book of Leviticus 11:11, and there shall be an abomination to you. You may not eat of the flesh, and the carcass you should not touch them. This is the word of Yahweh himself. This is a warning, it's not a choice. When Yahweh says something, he says what he means, and he means what he's saying. So Yahweh cannot be changed. Yahweh is forever. That's why his name is stand for. Yahweh means Le'olam Vayed, means forever in Hebrew. So if Yahweh's name is forever, and Yahweh say, I am Yahweh, I change not, according to Malachi 3 chapter verse 6. So if Yahweh do not change, his word can be changed. My friend, you've been deceived for all your life. Now Yahweh asking you to wake up. You might be fall asleep. Yahweh say to shake you, to wake you up, because you have been deceived for almost 2,000 years of religion deception. Messiah Yahshua said, take heed, because there is a time the disciple called Messiah Yahshua in privately. He said, Messiah Yahshua, can you tell us please when is the time of your coming? What we expect? What's going to be the end of the age? They asked Messiah Yahshua 3 questions. Messiah Yahshua answered them. The first one is say, take heed to yourself, let no man deceive you. Because many shall come in my name, deceive many. We are living on the time of deception today. Mr. Yahshua said, many shall say, take heed to yourself that no one deceive you. For many shall come in my name, claim they are the Messiah, deceive many. There is a lot of spiritual leaders, they're going to celebrate Thanksgiving, and they even give people the turkey to celebrate when Yahweh say, you shall not eat the vulture or black vulture because it is an abomination. My friend, talk about your pastor to read the book of Leviticus, 11 chapter, verse 30, and to see what Yahweh said. Yahweh's name has changed. Yahweh said in Isaiah 42 chapter, verse 8, I am Yahweh, this is my name. I do not share to another, neither my praise to the grave image. Do Abraham going to share his praise to the grave image, his thanksgiving to the turkey, to the pumpkin pie, to the cranberry juice, to the football team? I don't think so, my friend. Those things are in this world. Be you separate, because I am Yahweh. I am set apart.
There's a holiday celebrated by nearly all people throughout the world. In the United States, this holiday is called Thanksgiving. From the propaganda of public schools, every American knows how Thanksgiving originated. The story goes something like this. In 1620, the small band of pilgrims of Plymouth colony braved the perilous North Atlantic in quest of religious freedom. They landed in November and faced winter with meager supplies of food that dwindled rapidly. 55 of the original 102 people who came on the Mayflower died before spring. But because the summer was blessed with rain and the autumn harvest was plentiful, the Pilgrim colony, appropriately grateful, established a day of Thanksgiving and invited the local Indians to share their bounty. Supposedly, this is the origin of the holiday known as Thanksgiving, and it is so pure and holy that everyone can now observe this Thanksgiving Day with a clear conscience, knowing that this is pleasing to Almighty Yahweh. But the truth is rather different. The Plymouth colony was not the first English colony to land on American shores, nor were they the first to offer thanks. The official historical Pilgrim Thanksgiving Day was not even a day completely given to thanks and praise, as pilgrims were accustomed to doing. This day was primarily a show of military power for the Indians. Thanksgiving for the plentiful foods did not just come into the minds of the pilgrims. On the contrary, pagan harvest festivals can be traced to the land of ancient Babylon and the worship of the original Great Mother Goddess. We often think of Thanksgiving as an American holiday. The story shows the survivors among the Mayflower passengers celebrated their first Thanksgiving in the New World. But actually, a Thanksgiving for the annual harvest is one of the oldest holidays known to mankind, though celebrated on different dates. The Romans celebrated their Thanksgiving early in October. The holiday was dedicated to the goddess of the harvest, Ceres. The Christians took over the Roman holiday, and it became well established in England, where some of the Roman customs and rituals for this day were observed long after the Roman Empire had disappeared.
My friends, time to wake up. Whatever is in the water, do not air, fine, and scale is an abomination to you. Deuteronomy 14 chapter verse 12. But they are the one which you shall not eat, the eagle, the vulture, and the black vultures. Zechariah 5 verse 9. Then I lift up my eyes and look, and the two women were coming out with the wing of the wings, and they are the wings that are the wing of star, and they left up the ephah between the earth and the paradise. My friend, you has been deceived. So the ego and evil is in the same. Kadeh Nesha, Shil'iyah Neshut, and Aramaic is Nish. My friend, they are very powerful body, who can leg strong, and feathery, its feet is yellow, and armed with 4 very long and terrified claws. His wing very large and powerful, his body compact and robust. His bone hard, his body compact and robust. His bone hard, his flesh firm, his feet coarse, his attitude fierce and erect, his motion lively, towering his fly extremely rapid, and towering his cry the terror of every wind. Deuteronomy 14 chapter verse 12 to 20. But there as they wish you shall not eat the eagle, the vulture, and everything that is in it. Why we cannot listen to Abba Yahweh when Yahweh say, there as the bird you may not eat, they are nothing but abomination. The griffin vulture, the black vulture, the eagle, you should not eat. And you're going to celebrate 30 days, and you told me you celebrate Yahweh. I don't think so. The red cat, the black cat, any kind of falcons, you don't supposed to be eat them. Any kind of ravens, you don't supposed to be eat them. That's Yahweh said that, not me. With the book of Deuteronomy, the little oil, the good oil, or the white oil. My friend, go. The list can be going on and on and on. What kind of animal Yahweh say? It is not for you to be eaten. My friend, I will not going to fight for you in order for you to drown in the water. I will fight with you to drown you in the water, but I will not going to fight with you to drink the water or to take shower. I will give you the word of Yahweh. The word of Yahweh is my duty, is my blessing to share with you. But the choice is going to be yours. What you want for your future. Remember, there is a yellow light. 1 split second going to be the red light. You as a driver of yourself, you're going to make that choice. Step on the brakes or push on the gas. Which one you're going to do? That's going to determine your future. It will be up to you. No bird or prey, none that hidden part, no falcon as I seen. There's a treasure no bird or prey can see, no falcon as observe. My friend, that Job 28 chapter verse 7. So if you want to disobey your creator, it will be up to you. But my blessing is to share the word of Yahweh and tell you the truth, and the truth shall set me free, and it shall set you free also. Who provide food for the ravens when its young cry out to Yahweh and wonder about for lack of food? Who provide food for the ravens when the young cry out to Yahweh and wonder about and hungers? Who provide for everybody? Yahweh. If Yahweh provide for the birds, for the ravens, and He gonna told you in the Thanksgiving time to kill something, He told you it is nothing but abomination. With Job 38 chapter verse 41, my friend, and you will see what is going on. When we say Job again, 29 chapter verse 27, does the eagle soar of your command and build its net on high? It is at your command that the eagle rise to the height to make its nets. So if Abba will say those things is an abomination, he dwell on the cliff and stay there at night and walk it guys in his stronghold. If Yahweh say all those birds, they are very strong with the legs, the wings, they can beat you up with their wings. They are very strong. There is a meaning why Yahweh say do not eat it. So when Yahweh say do not eat it, it's an abomination. If you listen to your pastor or to your minister or whomsoever you disobey Abba Yahweh, my friend, you are in deep trouble. Let's take a book of Jeremiah 4 chapter verse 13. Look, Yahweh advanced like the cloud. His shadow come like a whirlwind. His oars are swifter than eagle. Who to us? Woe to us? We are winning. Our enemy washed down on us like storm cloud. His shadow is like a whirlwind. His oars are swifter than eagle. How terrible it will be, for we are doomed. Doomed to what? Doomed to death. Jerusalem, wash the evil from your mind and be saved. How long will you fight between the wicked thoughts you have? This is Abba warning to the children of Israel. O Jerusalem, cleanse your mind, clean your spiritual heart, that you may be saved. Come out of her. How long you will fight your evil thoughts? How long? My friend, when Yahweh says something, Yahweh means what he says. A voice is announced from down, proclaim disaster from the hill of Ephraim. Yahweh ready to destroy those who are refused to be sent to him. My friend, You have the opportunity today to know the truth. But it's up for you to make the truth an application to use it. You have the choice to reject it. You have the choice to receive it. But remember, Mr. Yahshua said, if you go to any places, any town, you go. If they receive you, give peace. And stay there. But if they don't receive you, go out. If you take peace, take the peace with you. When you go, just shake the dust in your feet. And that town or this house is going to be set like Sodom and Gomorrah. My friend, I don't want to do that yet. But it's up to you to choose. I have only one duty. I have only one way to give you the word of Yahweh. As I say, you have the choice. The choice is yours. I cannot make the choice for you. You choose death or life. Which one you want? I'm going to give you a story in order for you to know exactly what is going on, my friend. That story is, there is a wise man. And there is 2 young boys. The young boy said, today I'm going to try to trick the wise man. And when they go, they take a bird in their hand. But the bird is alive. Remember, it is a trick. The bird is alive. If the wise man said the bird is alive, they're going to prove the wise man it is wrong. They're going to squeeze the bird and then they're going to kill the birds. But if the wise man said the bird is dead, they're going to release the bird to life. They approach to the wise man. They say, Mr. Wise Man, please, can you tell us if this bird is alive or is this bird is dead? Mr. Wise Man said nothing. They stay for a few more minutes. They say, Mr. Wise Man, can you tell us please if the bird is alive or is the bird is dead? Remember, it is a trick, my friend. Just like the devil tricked you. Remember, the devil counterfeit all Yahweh feasts and holidays. But Mr. Yahshua said 3 times a year, all male should come before me. Only 3 times a year. Not 20 times a year. Not every month there is a different holidays, but only 3 times a year. At the last moment, the 2 guys get frustration. They say, Mr. Nice Guy, can you please tell us if the bird is alive or is the bird is dead? Mr. Nice Man looked at them, very humble man. He said, it is in your hand. That means your life is in your hand. You are the driver of yourself. I'm the captain of your boat who decide what do you want in your life. Are you want death? You want eternal life? Or you want eternal damnation? It's up for you to know. There is life, there is death, there is a blessing, there is curse. Guess what? Today, I take the paradise and the earth as a witness against you. If you do not obey Yahweh's commandment, Yahweh will also destroy you. It's a witness. The earth and the paradise is bigger than you and I. Because the earth was created before you and I. So I take them as a witness against you. If you not obey Yahweh's commandment, you will utterly destroy. My friend, remember, before you take off, make sure you have a destination. Do not take off without knowing where are you going to be landed. It's up for you, my friend. May Abba Yahweh bless you. Remember, you cannot eat the vulture. If you cannot eat the vulture, how can you celebrate the pagans' Thanksgiving days, the holidays created by pagans, always on the 4th of Thursday of every November? And Abba Yahweh Thanksgiving supposed to be every day, and all thanks enter into Yahweh gate with thanksgiving. My friend, it is the second part. Or should a believer celebrate Thanksgiving? My friend, it's up to you. Remember, the yellow light, the red lines, 1 second split. You decide if you want to push the gas or if you want to push on the brakes. It's going to be up to you to decide. But only one thing, I can lead you to the water, but I cannot force you to drink the water. My friend, come out of her, my people. Just like Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's Day, Father's Days, birthdays, Christmas, all those pagans holidays, Yahweh said, come out of her, my people, if you do not want partaker in a sin or in a plagues, because a sins already reached into paradise. So if you want not to come out, my friend, the same thing gonna be happening to them, and the same thing gonna be happening to you too. You have a choice. Choose. Remember, Abraham was tell Adam, do not eat on the tree of knowledge, on the midst of the garden, the good of evil. The day you eat it, you surely die. What happened to Adam? He did not listen. Abraham always sent his prophet the servant again to warn the children of Israel, but they are refused to listen to the word of Yahweh. Oh Jerusalem, how long I tried to get you together as a chick get the chicken together, but you will not. Guess what? Your house is left desolate. You will see you no more until you learn, bless will come on the name of Yahweh. Your house is left desolate until you learn how to say Baruch Kababishem Yahweh. Your house has been left desolate for 1700 years. Now it's up for you. Abba will send his servant to rescue you from the land of Egypt, from the land of Mizraim. It's up for you, my friend, to obey or to not. Remember, the time of restoration of the children of Israel is now. This message is only for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. It's not for the world at large, but only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. May Abba will bless all of you. My friend, govern yourself. I am Messenger Daniel. Until you next time, say Shalom Aleichem. Peace be you today.
How long will it be till we see the coming of the Son of Man? How long will it be till Yah comes to destroy them wicked men? How long will it be till Babylon is taken from our land? At the end of this age, when we come to the stage when He judges with His hand. Oh, we gotta move on, we gotta press on for the prize of our lives. Yahushua HaMashiach, Ruach Adonai. I put on the full armor so I can put up a fight. Most people go along with some people who are wrong, but I'm singing this song, waiting for the break of dawn. No, I won't go back to who I used to be. I'll stay in harmony with the one who set me free. I'm a debtor to mercy, hungry and thirsty, ready for your kingdom come. I'm holding on firmly, I know that you're worthy. Father, let your will be done. Shatter Babylonian mentality. Prepare our people for a state of emergency. How long will it be till we see the coming of the Son of Man? How long will it be till Yah comes to destroy them wicked men? How long will it be till Babylon is taken from our land? At the end of this age, when we come to the stage when He judges with His hand. Oh, we gotta move on, we gotta press on for the prize of our lives. Yahushua HaMashiach, Ruach Adonai. I put on the full armor so I can put up a fight. Them evil men pretend to be my friend, but I refuse to bend and bow down to them again. No, I won't go back to who I used to be. I'll stay passionately, no more chains holding me. We must hold on, we must stay strong, endure the pain from Babylon, knowing she will receive the judgment from the lion. We're holding on, we're calling on the King of New Yerushalayim. It won't be long, we will be marching into Zion. How long will it be till we see the coming of the Son of Man? How long will it be till Yah comes to destroy them wicked men? How long will it be till Babylon is taken from our land? At the end of this age when we come to the stage when he judges with his hand. Oh.